So welcome back from the desk below. As you can see here, this is a monumental episode right here. We have some returning guests and some first timers right here too. For the first timers, I've actually been trying to get them on since 2018, but we're not going to talk about that right now. So for the first guest that I have now, keeping it on the West Coast, legendary lyricist. This man was Kendrick Lamar before Kendrick Lamar. He was Eminem before Eminem. He's a part of a million groups. Well, I shouldn't say a million. He's part of a couple groups. Golden State Warriors, Four Horsemen, J-Mo Gang of my guys, J57 and Elegant. Now he's a part of a group, Long Story Longer. He was a part of season 1 back when I just had the phone, 2018. Now he's back for his 4th appearance, Mr. Ras Kass.
What's going on?
Ooh, all right. I don't have sound effects, so yeah, we're just gonna go with this until I can get them now. So now taking it back to Detroit. Now, as you all know, Detroit has a very near and dear place to my heart. Detroit gave me my first shot in this media game, and man, this is like a dream come true for this guest right here. And he's only accompanied by 3 other legends. He's a part of a group that you should know if you're tuned into this channel. If you haven't, you probably heard his standout verses of Purple Pills, standing out on verses titled Rap Game that had 50 Cent and Eminem and D12. Solo projects like Forest Fires. Oh God, I love that project, Forest Fires.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Collaboration with Kanava. I love how he keeps it energy. They have a brilliant album titled My Brother's Keeper. Now, he's been collaborating with somebody who I seen as a legend before anybody who knew who MLK was, Mr. SWIFTY MCVAY.
Let's get it.
What up, Swifty?
I salute you, brother. Thanks for having me.
Anytime, sir. Man, with this gentleman right here, Bay Area legend. He's from Live from the Bill. Smash hit creative. I got 5 on it. But personally, I fell in love with $1 Million Mouthpiece album. Man, even though he doesn't like that album, I love that album right there.
Thank you. I told you a lot of people like the album.
Yes, sir. He's also a part of a pretty large groups called The Regime, Thug Lords of SIBO, and man, I love how this gentleman right here took his career from Smoke a Lot Records to his own media career with YUKMOUTH TV and Smoke a Lot Records. I have the legendary YUKMOUTH, aka Yuck Letterman.
Yada, what's happening, y'all? Thanks for having me in the building, man. I'm with my brothers again, man. We was up all night talking, man. We right back at it.
And last but not least, man, this gentleman right here holds the most records for the appearances on this show, man. Hell, we even interviewed Jay-Z's mentor to get a Jazzo. That's for another time right here. I watched this man rebrand. I've been early on this man since his rebrand. Man, even before he had a solo album, when he just had to teach on the family business, I was like, yo, this guy's going to be big right here. From having standout projects like St. Heisenberg, you know, the Sock Monster. He's a part of groups too, like Hello Tomorrow of Tone Beats, That Feeling Collective, Normalized Growth with Clint Taylor, and now he's a part of Long Story Longer with his biggest project to date, with his 8th appearance, MRK SX.
Woo!
What up, homie?
Thank you for having me again.
Oh, yes, sir. Anytime. Man, it's nice to chop it up with you, gentlemen. How y'all doing today?
Everything is great.
Yeah, feeling great, man. Just feeling blessed on a great response that we're getting off this phenomenal collaboration album, man. You know, and this it's inspiring us to continue to keep going, you know, individually and hopefully collectively again. But you know, life is good. You know, too blessed to be stressed. We have our little ups and downs, but the good trumps the bad, you know. So we in full effect, baby.
So, man, now that I got y'all here, man. So I like how you said you may guys do it again. So it's not just a one-time thing of an album. You guys may go and do it again.
Yeah, because like we're not a group. We just 4 MCs who decided to come together to make some magic, man. You know, A Long Story Longer is actually the name of the album. And there's a company called Long Story Longer, you know, and the album is titled Long Story Longer, but it's featuring Ras Kass, YUKMOUTH, MRK SX, and SWIFTY MCVAY. So, you know, a lot of people might think like, dang, you know, they forming as a group.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
We saw with solo artists that came together to make some magic. You know what I'm saying? And the chemistry was dope. And if we end up doing it again, it'll have that same type of formula, but it's not a group. You see what I'm saying?
Okay. I wish we all were a group now because this chemistry, wow, because I like to take it back. Like, I really wish Yuck was here for this question. So the beginnings of y'all chemistry, does it go back to Jazzy Jeff, where it was like Yuck, Swift, and MRK?
Yeah, I mean, that's the first collab I ever did with YUKMOUTH. You know, we got together with YUKMOUTH and MRK on that track, and that's what started the camaraderie. You know what I'm saying? As far as us doing songs like, you know, Yuck and MRK. Well, MRK is a Detroit native, but he came back to Detroit to do the video, and once we did that, the energy just kept flowing from there, man. And then, you know, LB LeBron, the executive producer of the project, came up with an idea and just said, yo, man, what do you think about, you know, doing this, that, and the third? And now, you know, and I called Ras. Ras came through, laid some songs, ended up lacing some more songs. And then, we got with Yuck, and Yuck was with it. He came down and we laid some songs, and things just start popping from there, man. And we just came up with a dope ass project.
Raz, you was missing last night. I don't know what type of shit you had going on, but I can't.
I was flying, man.
You've been on Smoking Like hell of time.
Yeah, I'm my bad though. You know, I was there in spirit, man.
You talking about the plane spirit?
Oh no,
I'm fucking with you. I'm fucking with you.
No spirit.
You was there in spirit.
They put a nigga in the engine on spirit.
so I understand because I want to get into like how everybody met each other first. So like I'm just gonna go with the OGs. Everyone's OG here, but like who first started in the game, Raz and Yuck. Now I understand that you guys hang out all the time. You guys hang out with Numbskull too. But what was the initial first time that you two actually met each other?
I don't know, Yuck. I don't know. I just feel like I've been knowing them.
I think probably on a remix video shoot. A lot of people came to that video shoot. I want to say that. And then you was like Numbskull best friend. So either that or shit chilling at Numbskull apartment like the Oakwoods with Devin the dude. Niggas had barbecues every weekend. We used to hang out. So either those two. You know what I mean? I think. What you think? What's your recollection, Raz?
I think the first time I met y'all was that record store over there. Y'all had an in-store, big in-store. It's not Crenshaw, it's west of Crenshaw. It was a big record store over there, like Ladera Heights, that closed down. And I think Clee and you know, it was a Looney's thing, and I pulled up. I think that might be the first time, but I already knew of y'all, and I probably knew Numb, but maybe that's the first time I met y'all. Or it was just in Hollywood or the Bay, just at some club, some event popping off, and you was just popping. You probably met each other, and you was, you know, having big drink and big smoke.
And then we used to live, Fats used to live right around the corner from Exhibit. So we always knew Exhibit before he came up. Yeah, I mean, literally. So hell yeah, but like I say, man, me and Ras Kass as buddies, is just an honor to be able to finally get some good work in with him.
Yeah.
We overdue. Always be at the club and shit, all types of events, but we never get to really record. Now he got down on our Looney's project, which hella dope, the highest niggas in the industry, part 2. You know what I mean? That was one of the dope ones. And we didn't keep that energy going. I record this dude. You know, I record. And I was the engineer. He was saying his verse. You know what I mean? Period. So we go.
Yeah, that was ill. Having this nigga be my engineer too. I'm like, this is ill. He's a man of many talents, man. I gotta give you up that, man.
And nigga, I introduced you to the abstinence.
And the abstinence.
Oh, you guys are crazy. Oh my God, yo.
That shit ain't no motherfucking joke. I see why they banned that shit.
Yo, we was on that motherfucker. We was lighting the cup on fire and shit.
Everything.
Man. That shit was gasoline.
It was like 8 of us with a little cup like this, passing that shit around like Indians, dog.
Man, I done had this shit for years. This is the bottle I pull out when I stun on niggas. So this nigga Ras Kass and Numb is real alcoholics. Like they really fucking drink. So I'm like, okay, these niggas coming tonight. I'm gonna bust this motherfucking bottle out that that had Crooked Eye fucked up overseas. Now Crooked Eye could drink.
Right.
So Crooked Eye was fucked up off the absinthe. I'm like, okay, I know exactly what to get these niggas. So y'all came in, I had to stun on the drinkers. You know, I pulled that abstinence out, niggas started liking the motherfucker. Had niggas big.
Facts.
And it was a roller coaster because we'd be cool with each other, then argue with each other, then be cool with each other,
Yeah.
argue with each other, then be cool. It was a roller coaster of different fucking move swings. Like it was crazy.
That shit had the wave like it was like a Molly. That shit had a Molly wave to it.
Right.
Yeah.
And nigga get emotional and shit, then nigga be cool. Yeah, that was a Molly swing for real, nigga.
And then coming into Swifty now too. How did you meet Ras Kass and Yuck and Merk? Because I understand like you met Merk later on, but I'm pretty sure like you met Raz and Yuck early on when you were still like heavy into D12 touring.
Well, you know what? Me and Raz met on the Up and Smoke. Was it Up and Smoke, Raz?
Oh wow.
What Anger Management was before Up and Smoke?
You know what? I think it was Up and Smoke first.
Up and Smoke first.
It was Up and Smoke first, so it might have been the very first Anger Management.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. The very first Anger Management. You know, and we just clicked, man. You know, being around each other every day, every city. Yeah. Just vibed out. You know, when you touring like that, man, and you know, it's having tons of fun doing what each other love and vibing out. You just, you know, you click with the ones the real recognize real. You know, and everybody's there for the same reason, and we just, you know, got cool from there, man. You know what I'm saying?
You know, one of the was that the first Anger Management tour when you used to come out on stage, Swift, like with the baseball bat? Like, was that tour?
Yeah. I had a bat in my hand, man.
Okay, so I always wanted to like wonder when you came out, because I remember seeing a DVD of you with that. Has that bat ever just slipped out of your hand one time when actually on tour?
You know what? It's never slipped out of my hand, and I never thought like, damn, I gotta hold this shit tight because this shit might. You know, I just held that motherfucker and did the do. I don't know why the hell I had that damn bat, man.
Oh, it's okay. It was the early 2000s. It's okay.
That boy was watching too much goddamn Warriors.
Right.
Motherfucking gang with the bats and shit, like, Warriors, come out and play.
Yeah, it was one of them small boys too, dog. I'm looking like, damn.
And then
shit that come when you go to the baseball game, they give you them for free. And
okay.
And then, because it's crazy how things come full circle too, because I understand that before you had your first record deal, you had a song over Yuck's one of Yuck's songs too. So how did you initially like meet Yuck after knowing what he did with the Loonies in his solo career with his double album? God, I love that double album.
You know what? Me and Yuck got connected through LB. You know, in some kind of way, man. I know my homeboy, big shout out to Ren, saying, you know, he produced the Jazzy Jeff track, you know, and I was doing something with it, and I think LB introduced the track to Yuck, and Yuck liked it, so we just, you know, it was like, yo, let's fuck with it, man, and we both ended up fucking with it, and it ended up being a single, ended up being on this album, so it was just one of those things to where it was dope, and I mean, you know, for lack of a better term, we kind of shared the song because we both loved it and like was like, yo, and then, you know, it just went on from there. He came and did the video first time, you know, and we got connected in the studio doing that. And then, you know, things was dope ever since. And then I went to go fuck with you, Yuck, at the little cannabis concert, and I think it might have been Lansing, Michigan. You came back through or whatnot. And then I went to go see you perform there, and we chilled from there, man. And, you know, the rest is history.
Okay. Now,
these my brothers from another mother, man. You know what I mean? It's a certain cloth of motherfucking individuals. You know what I mean? And to have these individuals in the studio, no ego tripping. Everybody is bar guys in that motherfucker, period. Nobody ego tripping. Nobody trying to tell somebody what bar they need to add to their shit. Nobody rushing nobody on the mic like, damn, nigga, another punch in. Everybody just letting the music go organic, and it came out a bomb-ass album. Straight up.
Yeah,
absolutely. So, and then everyone can answer this question because he's like the new guy on the scene, though. But he, you know, this guy came with what Yuck said. This guy just came out the sky one day. It's like, how the hell are you ain't signed? Like, because I remember the first time I heard of Mark, I was like, dude, like you're better than Drake. You're better than J. Cole. You're better than Kendrick. Like, how are you not bigger than them? So how did all of y'all meet Mark Sir?
Hey, say that shit again, man, because that's what I really wanted to say last night. I didn't want to blow his, you know what I mean? I don't be doing no motherfucking licking and knee licking.
Oh, I'll say it. I'll say no worries.
You said it. You said it for us. That nigga's up there with the big guys. And just like I always said about Tech Nine. I always said, man, Tech Nine will blow motherfucking Jay-Z's shoes off. Period. Like he's one of them top elite MCs that's doing something different. You know what I mean? When he was back and rapping backwards and shit. So I always had Tech Nine elite. MRK, that nigga's elite. Yeah. And I was like, damn, why? So go ahead, continue.
And I gotta mention this too about my mans. And you know, I did a soundtrack for a movie that I was in back in 2018. He wrote the treatment for one of my videos.
Oh, wow. The what up though?
Yeah, he wrote the treatment for the this video I got called Phony. You know what I'm saying? And that shit came out super dope. So yeah, he's definitely a triple threat Renaissance man in the flesh.
Yeah, definitely.
Hey man, I love y'all, man. I appreciate that, bro. Y'all about to make a brother cry, man.
Got the hip hop tears.
Remember when Kendrick came out on stage and they graced him with the chain and shit, told him he was the new West Coast guy and shit. Like that's my moment right now, man. I don't know what to say, man. I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? You know, I appreciate that shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? They was working on some music, and I came into the scene like this. I was like, "It's room for a hook." I was like, "They ain't got no hook on there." Right. I was like, "Shit, give me a second."
I told you that nigga the son of I told you that nigga came from Krypton somewhere. That nigga the son of Jarrell.
Then he was like, I think they gonna try to get Yuck on it. I was like, well, shit. She probably gonna throw a verse on there too, man. You know what I mean? Just to see what happened. You dig what I mean? Like, what's the worst can happen? They can just take that shit off. You know what I'm saying? But fuck it, man. Let's go. You know what I mean? And they real MCs that are secure of themselves. Right, so when they heard me go off, they was like, shit, that adds to the record. So let's just like, it was never a question. You know what I'm saying? Every it's not a given that artists are gonna be that giving their space. You know what I mean? A lot of cats don't want you to shine, man.
Right.
You know, like they don't want you to shine, and they'll come up with the most unique ways to make sure that you don't. Right, like you know what I'm saying? They be like, man, we wanted the song to stop at 2 minutes and 45 seconds. You know what I mean? And, you know,
unfortunately, a lot of label mates was, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? So you get it like that. They don't want to open the door. They don't want to get on the crew track with you. You know what I mean? So yeah, it happens. Like certain motherfuckers don't want to open the door when they know a motherfucker's on their level. Like, yo, it's all hip hop, my nigga. It's enough money for everybody. Why hate? And then you want to be on the winning team. You got this guy on your team. That's even better. You don't want the opposition and how he feel come rapping, talking shit about you because how you treated him. So, nigga, I think niggas should do more of what Wayne did. He said, this is my competition. I'm signing these niggas. Period.
Yeah. That's like when we was in the studio and I don't know if Ras remember this, but I came over to Ras and I was like, hey, man, really appreciate it, bro. Like I was landing on. He was like, yo, man, I'm feeling this shit. Like, let me finish writing. You know what I'm saying? He's like,
man, that was good, bro. Like,
this shit dope, bro. Like, it's cool. Like, I just want to write this shit. You know what I mean? Like,
I like it. Yeah, man. To me, I feel like the first part of my thing is the aesthetic of what I enjoy. So if the beat is dope, then you probably already got me. You know what I mean? So I'm like, well, you know, and then I'm worried about myself. So I'm not worried about everybody else. I feel like everybody else is capable and competent. I'm worried about me. And then once I got me done, then I can worry about everybody else. Like, what I don't want to be as a person. Like, I'm not sensitive. So if my shit ain't right, I would prefer, and I've said this many a times and have been held to it, like, that ain't it. But if I hear it, I probably don't think it ain't it too. So I'm okay with people saying, like, that ain't it, bro. like, cool. I'm a little more afraid of having to tell somebody I like, I don't know if that's it. so I'm really more nervous about me. And so, yeah, when you came up, I'm like, bro, this shit fire. Don't worry about that.
Yes.
I'm just nervous about me, niggas. Let me see what I can do here. So, yeah.
That's what's up.
So I wanted to know, because I tuned into last night, who was the guy from Canada that was supposed to be on this? Can you all say the name or no?
I don't remember. I know LB was, like I said. You remember his name, MRK? Because
I don't remember dude's name.
Me neither. Like I told you, LB, the executive producer, was putting some things together, man, and you know, it just it aligned the way it was supposed to align. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so when coming up, I watched mostly all your interviews, like mostly all my life. So I understand why they call you SWIFTY MCVAY, Ras Kass, MRK SX. But the thing that I've never seen, like somebody like right off the bat, is ask Yuck, like, hey Yuck, what is the meaning of YUKMOUTH for these? Because there's a new generation out there who might have found you through that movie Us when they were playing it on the band. I remember I had to convince somebody. I'm like, that is from the Loonies, and they're arguing with me. But I'm like, no, that's the Loonies. So for these new kids who are tuning in and be like, why did he call him? Why does he call himself YUKMOUTH? Can you explain that for us, please?
Well, the new kids gonna have to do some history in their cartoons, man. It was a cartoon in the late '70s called Mighty Man, and he had it was like a duo. You know what I mean? It was like a Batman and Robin, but Mighty Man was hella little, and he had a fucking Robin that was named fucking YUKMOUTH, and it was a dog with a doghouse on his head.
Yeah,
doghouse off his head. That's his secret power. He scare motherfuckers away, make them turn to a ghost or something. That was his power. He was so fucked up and ugly. He take the dog head. Yeah. So his name was YUKMOUTH. It came from a dog named YUKMOUTH on this cartoon called Mighty Man. So me being a cartoonist, I always, you know what I mean, just kept the cartoons and shit involved with the lyrics and shit, the graffiti and everything. That's all part of hip hop. So YUKMOUTH, me, meaning like Nasty Nas. Nas, when he said Nasty Nas, he wasn't meaning like he nasty like Luke Skywalker. He's nasty on the microphone. So same with YUKMOUTH. It's not cavity creep. It's not, you know what I mean, fucked up gingivitis. This nigga got a yucky ass mouth that's crazy. You know what I mean? This nigga mouth is crazy. So that's what that means. It's yucky. You know what I mean? It's
a dirty mouth. He got a nasty bars.
Yeah. He got nasty bars. He got nasty ass dirty bars. Filth, flying filth. Period. Straight up.
Right. So he talked grimy. He talked grimy.
Yeah. The whole shit.
Because I'm a loony. You know I got a yuck mouth and it's polluted.
Right. Oh, this nigga crazy. That's the part. Remember that. Come on, bro. Ben shouted the motherfucker out, bro. Straight up. But, yeah, so, man, that's where the name derived from.
So, Yuck, do you find it like crazy how that you were in a marching band from 5th and 6th grade, and then like years later you see this movie Us with them, and they're playing like your hit song on like this motion picture? Like, do you find out how that all kind of comes full circle?
Man, all of it came full circle, man. All I could do is just thank the man above. You know, prayers was answered. You know what I mean? Like, we are highly blessed. Like, they could have chose any song to make it slow down and make it creepy. Dude chose our song, and I guess he loved that song so much and always thought it was creepy. He took the creepy part and made that shit creepy. So salute to Jordan Peele for even choosing the song and giving us the opportunity. Like with the graffiti shit, man, it's like 5 elements of hip hop. You either know how to DJ, make a beat, you know how to dance, you know how to do the graffiti shit, and you know how to MC. So, you know, I was Xing off a lot of those checks, you know what I mean, as a youngster, just getting my feet wet into this hip hop shit. Before I even became an artist, I was doing other shit, the elements. Then I finally became an artist. I did everything but DJ, period. You know, I was an ill break dancer, you know what I mean, the whole shit. My flow game was sick. I wasn't no pop lock nigga. I was a flow game, Thomas Flair, head spins, all that type of wild shit. So I come from all the elements, playing instruments and shit, graffiti, you know what I mean, cartooning and shit, making beats with the fucking marching band, of course, playing the trumpet or whatnot, and to finally rap it. So yeah, I come from all the elements.
You ever get tired of hearing 5? I never get tired of that.
Fuck no. You must be tired of getting money, nigga. Because every time I play that, cha-ching, cha-ching, like, you know, when you cash app, every time I hear that motherfucker, I hear a cash app, like, cha-ching, So I love it.
such a timeless tune, dog.
Timeless,
man. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
They just dancing to it on what's the name of that show that Iman Shumpert was just dancing to the joint?
Dancing with the Stars.
Yeah.
Wow. They just did it again,
Halloween, bro. But us, they just did us version.
It's crazy.
Salute to Armand Shepard, man, and his dance partner, man. They pulled that one off, man. They did it just like the movie. They had the white rabbits and the cages in the background. Like, this shit was live. It was dope on a major platform. So thanks to him for even choosing that song too, and having the Halloween theme, Dancing with the Stars, little rendition. You know.
Wow, that's awesome.
So
man, you're gonna be making a lot of money for a long time off that record, man.
Hey, man, salute to Tone Capone, man. He made the hell out that beat. You know, Mike Marshall sung the hell out that hook, and me and Nunn, we rapped our little hearts out, man. So salute to everybody involved with that. Salute to Club Jay King for even, you know what I mean, clearing the sample, which they get a lot of motherfucker. We get a small percentage, but still.
That little bit go a long way.
That little bit pay for a lot.
And he didn't get a 360 deal, so he don't get the concert.
Hey, man, we Gucci, baby, period. We all Gucci. He do not get the concert or the merch.
Right, that part.
So has anybody here ever thought of like a name change? Because I think like the only person who actually went through a revamp is Mark, because he used to go by. I think he actually is credited as the focus on the Jazzy Jeff record. But have any of you gents like ever thought about changing your name? Like you know how they say like how the Titty Boy went to 2 Chainz has Raz.
I'm gonna change.
For real? For real, you're joking with us.
I might even just go by the government. I don't know. Yeah. I think rebranding is fun, and I've never really tried it. So I'm probably gonna do some things where I'm just John Austin, super whitest white name ever, John Richard Austin the 4th. See what it do.
Shit, man, with me, hey, I'm just, you know, hey, McVay, like, you know, us as MCs and even our culture, we abbreviate abbreviations.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So if I ever change my name, it ain't gonna be nothing far-fetched. It's just gonna be McVay, and that's it. You know, from Swifty to Swifty McVay to McVay. And if I was to change it from there to be Vay, which I ain't gonna never do. Just the power.
I don't know if the Vay would really hit like how Swifty McVay.
No, you know how people just abbreviate shit. Like, you know, they'll take your name and chop that bitch down till they call you a letter.
Right. They can't spell my name right. I'm like, these people are dumb. I'm gonna make it just simple, bro.
I always had code names. You know what I mean? Like I always had, you know, just cartoons. Back to cartoons. G.I. Joe. The niggas had code names. Right. You know what I mean? Snake Eyes, real name on Snake Eyes. You know what I mean? So my code name was the Thug Lord Ayatollah, and then another code name was Godzilla. You know what I mean? So there was my 2 code names, like the Ayatollah or Godzilla. You know what I mean? Period. The Thug Lord Ayatollah. So I had a couple code names I could play with, you know what I mean? But I ain't never just said, fuck it, I ain't gonna be YUKMOUTH. I'm just gonna be Godzilla or the Ayatollah. Nah.
I mean, look, Biggie got to do it. Jay-Z done had 1 million. Puffy had 18 million. I'm gonna switch out, bro. I'm trying it. I'm gonna go for it and try one.
Yeah, he changed it again. Just Brother Love now. So yeah, salute Puff if you're watching. Probably never seen us, but if you do, salute Brother Love.
Yeah, Brother Love.
Now, I want to let the people know this now, so they won't keep asking Yuck this. Now, if you're wondering why he's hitting the blood out of his nose, it's because the man got dental work, okay? But I also want to ask, do you get hired that way?
Huh?
You get more stuff that way?
Somebody asked that shit when I was smoking outside of Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles the other day. Some little slick ass nigga with some dreads. I thought he was gonna ask me did I sell weed because he looked like he was from out of town. So I'm smoking outside Roscoe's waiting for my to-go order. This motherfucker said, "Hey man, he got a little pack of motherfuckers they iced out and shit." I'm thinking he gonna say, "Hey, where the weed at?" This nigga say, "Man, do you get hired doing it that way?" I said, "Nah, my nigga. Same shit, my nigga. I did do not get me hired, my nigga. Same shit. I had dental work, so I got smoke out my nose." "Oh, okay, Wody." And he dipped off. So yeah, you ain't the only one that asked to get you hired. I don't know, man. I ain't never snorted cocaine and shit, so This is the only thing I've snorted up my nose was this weed.
Good to know.
I mean, you know, it look crazy, but it's got to be the same thing because you know you exhale out your nose, so it can't be too much different. You know, inhaling that motherfucker.
Right.
I don't know. I'd be high than a motherfucker falling asleep, man. So it probably is getting me high. I don't know. I get sleepy. This shit got a nigga sleepy, man. But I got to get in the lab tonight to finish up that song that we did that y'all laid. Y'all killed that motherfucker. I got to put my verse on that bitch tonight. So
yeah, that came out.
Yeah, get the line off since we ran out of studio time. Yeah, no.
Oh man, though that motherfucker is crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy, baby. No shakiness.
I can't wait to hear that with some fresh ears.
Right. Yeah, I finished it up and I sent niggas a copy of the full shit. Definitely.
So, when recording Long Story Longer, out of all the tracks that all four of you appear on, was these done in person or was these done over email?
The majority of them was done in person.
Yeah, we was done right there. We all in the lab.
Yeah, we done there.
Whoever finished their verse first, you go in this booth. Whoever finished next, you next. Whoever finished third, you next. Whoever was finished, they going in that motherfucking booth. Period. And we all sat there and wrote and built the energy off each other energy. You know what I mean? Straight up.
You can definitely tell because like there's some songs that I do wish Yuck was on, like the Swifty, Ras, and MRK are killing it with speech, and I was like, well, where's Yuck?
He just wasn't there that day.
I wasn't there, man. I had to go back. I was there a long time, man. But at the end of the day, the album came out like when you get a Wu-Tang album, every fucking 12 members ain't, or 8 members or 7 members ain't on every goddamn song. You got certain songs like Cream. They got Method Man. They got Raekwon on that. They got Jizz on that bitch. You know what I mean? The motherfuckers that fitted. You know what I mean, on that bitch. You know what I mean? They didn't have the whole 17, 13 people. So it's certain songs that fit certain vibes. You know what I mean? I think the album and the songs, how they picked the rappers to be on it was perfect. You know what I mean? Straight up, that We All Hood is fucking amazing. Yo, I just saw the video today for the first time. Y'all did that. That's one of my favorite songs on the album, and I'm not on the fucking song. So you don't have to be on the song like, man, they ain't getting. No, that was the vibe for these musicians. I probably would have fucked it up. It would have came out different. So it was done exactly how it needed to be done, and I love it. It's one of my favorite songs.
What's so dope about that one is when the track list first dropped, I actually seen people saying they thought that the connection of speech and Ras was weird. Like people couldn't like just to read it. People were saying they didn't understand what that would sound like. Not realizing that both of these guys are masters at what they do. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
When they hear a track like that, they're gonna know it. They're gonna give it exactly what it needs, and it's going to like with no question. You understand what I'm saying? And like they understood the assignment like off top.
Right.
That's the dopest thing about this shit to me. Is that because everybody's masters at what they do? It's really not work at all, bro. Like it's really easy. You know what I'm saying? Because if you hear somebody fuck up in the booth, they're gonna catch it before you do. Like they're gonna catch it before you do. They're not gonna come out of the booth until they're satisfied. Like we're probably 10 times harder on ourselves than anybody else could ever be. So you understand what I'm saying? Before I actually write it, I gotta really love what I'm about to write. Like I personally have to really dig this shit. You know what I mean? You know, I'm probably doing more deleting and rewriting while I'm doing this shit more. You see what I'm saying? So that filtering process, you know, that shit builds up over the years. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know,
and to be a master of your craft and know you. You know what I mean? To know what you could do. You know what I mean? Know your powers. You know what I mean? Know that, okay, I can take this line out and put this one in. You know what I mean? I could say this better. Let me rewind that, man. Let me do that punch again. I ain't say it right. I didn't pronounce it right. So for us being masters of our craft, we don't need an engineer or a motherfucking A&R. Be like, hey, dude, nah, man, come out and do that again. Like, we don't need none of that coaching. We're being coached. We've been in this motherfucker for over 25 straight. All of us, period. So you should know how to do your shit by now. You know what I mean? Nobody need to hold your motherfucking hand. That was the best thing about this. Masters at the art, nigga. Here, we had to hold nobody hand, and everybody held their own weight. Period.
Yes, sir. Sure.
Yep. That's that passion inside of us is what talks to us and tells us we need to do this and do that, or we need to say it over because it's a certain feeling that our passion taps into. That's where that power comes from to be able to do that. You know what I'm saying?
And even the guest appearances, bro. Like Obie killed this shit so hard, you can't even tell it's only 8 bars.
Yeah.
Like he bodied this shit so effortlessly. You know what I mean? Like it feels exactly how it should feel. You can't even tell that the verse is shorter than the other verses. That's how dope it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, once again, like the chemistry, because Swift and Mark and Obie have, I always say they should have just gave the song to Mark, but, you know, I do like Swifty's verse, though, but the What Up Doe track, like that's, so I remember when that first song, I think that was for your autobiography, Swift. I must have played that, like, you know, when you hear a new song and you play like over and over and over, I swear, I still do that stuff.
Word. Yeah. Much love.
That's dope. That was another one of them opportunities, man. I was like, he need a song for the autobiography. I was like, shit. Let me
the autobiography came out in the middle of the summer, and that track matched the whole mood of the season. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It could have came out at no other better time, dog. I was right on time. That the whole vibe just matched the season. The chorus, everything just came together good on that, man. So I salute you on that, bro. We had
fun with that video too, man. Too many laughs, bro. Like,
That nigga Obie, it was like 90 degrees. Nigga Obie coming downtown with that bottle of Patron.
Man, that nigga took his shirt off, man. Come on, man. Tell that nigga keep his shirt on, man. And get bustled up.
It was literally 95 degrees. This nigga came downtown, nigga, sun blazing. He had a big hot ass bottle with Patron.
Wow.
Hey, dog, he had the washcloth on his head and took his shirt off, nigga, drinking hot ass Patron. I'm like, dog, if you don't pour some water over your motherfucking face,
bro. It was my first time meeting him, and we all pulled up to the Coney Island. All three of us in his I forget what kind of car he had, a Jag, what kind of car?
He was in the Cadillac at that time. I think
we pulled up, and we was all about to get out, and Swift got out, and I was getting ready to get out. Obie said, "No, hold on one second." And Swift got out and walked over to the Coney Island, and he turned around and he started talking to me. I can't remember what it was, but about 2 minutes later, Swift came back to the door. He was like, "Oh man, let my man out the car, bro."
Oh my God. Well,
like, man, let my man out the car, bro. We over in the Coney Island and shit. I just met him, you dig? So I'm just trying to like.
Yeah, Obie is awesome, man. I mean, he's his own man, but you know, I remember from anger management, so he's a little bro, man. He's awesome,
man. Never a dull moment with that nigga, man.
Listen, man. Awesome. Laughing my ass off, bro. He could show up late and then put on a 10-minute comedy special and shit. And like you don't even care no more, bro. Like
man, he was late for then he got us on the boat. He wanted to be on the edge of the boat. We we had to talk. Like, you gonna die if you get over there. No, it's good for the video. No, you can't let you die. Can't let you, bro. I'm not gonna be the person. I'm not gonna dive in the water, and then I can't let you die, bro.
Yeah, he wanted to stand on the front of that boat while it was moving.
Oh yeah, we're like, no, Obie.
He kept saying, I'm gonna stand on the bow of the boat. I don't know where the bow is, so I'm like,
okay. Cruises and don't want to stand on the edge of the boat, nigga, and they very secure. Nigga,
this is speedboat. It ain't no way to get on that part of the boat. He done did some Spider-Man shit and climbed. I'm like, we talking him off the leg. Come back. Obie, you gonna die, bro.
And that boy sweaty with no shirt on. That nigga would have slid off that motherfucker like an oil pack on there. He would slid right off that bitch. Yeah, get your ass.
I swear, I thought he was gonna call us some bitches.
Hey, I would have took it. Oh, I did too.
I was like, he about to call us some bitches.
I would have took it. I wouldn't have cared. Like, Obie, I'll be whatever you need. Just come on over here and die, nigga. I like you, and I want you to live. Because I'm not going to jump in that water and die with you. So and it was nighttime. In the middle of the Michigan River.
He definitely brought life to that damn video, that scene on that boat, man. We had tons of fun on that motherfucker.
Yeah, man. It was so awesome.
Yeah.
Yo, it looked like I was having a ball. I'm like, God damn, what was my invite to the boat? It's like, what the fuck?
That was a different trip.
I see. How many times you went out there, Raz? Your ass went out there multiple times after that.
And O was pissed off that he didn't get a chance to come to LA with us. He was like, man, he looked at
he wanted to
like,
come to LA.
In LA, nigga.
But y'all remember what happened with LA, right? Shock G had just passed, and that threw everything off. Remember, we was all supposed to that threw everything off. You know what I'm saying?
Because we had to go to Shock's funeral.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, me and Yuck had to go through that.
Yep. Rest in peace, Shock G, man.
Yeah,
sure.
Rest in peace, Greg, man. Greg Jacobs and Shock G, man. Definitely.
So I have a question for y'all, and Yuck, you can change the album if you want, but I'm pretty sure I know the answer. So who here likes Yukmouth's $1 Million Mouthpiece album? Just be honest, okay?
I think,
okay.
Yeah. My favorite Yuck album. It ain't like I don't like it. You know what I mean? I love it. I love everything I do. But I just think that was as far as my Rap A Lot albums. You know what I mean? I just think that was the last one that they really wanted to really, you know what I mean, put that good master mix on it. I was leaving Rap A Lot. That was my last album, leaving Rap A Lot. So it was like some shit where vocals wasn't even in it. Like it was just blank. You know what I mean? Shit. Okay. So it was that type of, it felt like a sabotage to me. You know what I mean? It was low. Vocals wasn't there. Shit, it was just fucked up to me. It's like, God damn, when Mike Dean get on that board, it's like Dr. Dre, and I didn't hear it on that album. You know what I mean? I'm like, okay, they trying to sabotage me on the way out. You know, you don't want to kick nobody off on a good go off because they gonna go to another label and make it
shine, right?
Yes. So one of my favorite old school Yuck solos is Million.
Oh wow,
that Million! Oh my gosh, dog. I used to listen to that motherfucker all day.
The Sad Millionaire?
Yeah, the Millionaire one. That one. Woo.
Millionaire. Oh, that had what's the name? What's some girl's name, man? That was back in the day, man. They sung on another one of our songs too. But yeah, they were dope as shit. But man. Yeah. Everybody got their favorite albums. I know you got like all the albums you done did. You got your favorite. Like this is my this is my one. So Thugged Out the Albulation is definitely the one I'm just definitely steadily trying to compete with because that's the one that went platinum, man. You know what I mean?
Man. And if you ever having a hard time trying to figure out how to name your album, you go to that nigga Ras Kass, man. That nigga Raz got the dopest titles for albums.
Bro, you wasn't on here last night, but I was telling everybody, I was like, when you drop Ras Assassination, like if you was like supposedly a smart MC, that shit was like required reading. Like it was like, everybody that was supposed to be like quote unquote intelligent at what they do, like you had to, like when you opened your CD book and shit, like that had to be like one of the first CDs that everybody saw. Like,
no, that was pure college prep. Bro,
like you up on Ras Kass? You up on Ras Kass? like it was like that.
You better have
he told me
you gotta have the source and the dictionary with you and a history book.
So when he told me he was dropping, like nigga, I'm about to drop Barmageddon, my nigga. I said, oh my god, nigga, that shit is cold. That's a cold ass piece right there, nigga. Yeah.
Bro, man. I want to know, excuse me, Lo, man, with a toothpick. I need to know what happened to the toothpick, bro. No more toothpick and shit.
They back.
They back.
Yeah, I just hold on. Turns out, brother.
He got rid of the toothpick.
Want to wait for a second. The toothpick is back.
He got rid of
it on my shows. I was just waving the other day. But toothpick is back, baby.
Okay.
Back, baby. We got to do it. Yeah.
Dual toothpicks.
Yeah.
Double down on the road.
Like Fonzie, nigga. I'm going to get the leather jacket back and everything.
Everybody kept on saying I need to do the Method Man with the toothbrush in my mouth. I'm like, psych. You got me fucked up.
No. Yeah.
We also have the guy who's responsible for this album. What up, LB? I'll give you your flowers too. Salute, sir.
What up, Dolo?
What up? What up? How all well over there, especially what's going on?
I'm good, man. I'm sorry you deal with them hating ass niggas, man. I'm sorry, man. I heard niggas hate on me.
Nigga, you better work on your mute button, man. You be having all types of shit. Watching All My Children and shit, watching the stories and shit.
So coming into that now too, do you guys have a favorite solo album of yours? It can't be a group album that you guys are a part of, but do you guys have like that particular favorite solo album by you guys that you guys just always go to?
You talking about us?
Yes, about all y'all, yes, individually. It can't be a group album. So for you, Swifty, like Forest Fires or Grey Blood or something like that.
I think, man, damn, that's crazy. If I had to pick a favorite solo album of mine, man, it would probably be Underestimated Volume 2, Vengeance. That's like my first full length album, man. And I kind of put my heart in, like, I did a mixtape, then I did an EP, but that one was my first album. You know what I'm saying? And I'm kind of proud of the beats on there, man. And how that turned out.
Do you remember this?
Oh yeah, that was the next one. That was the next one. Yeah. Yep. But I don't know, man. It's kind of like asking what's your favorite child, man. So I feel kind of funny. You know what I'm saying? So in my 80 Empire, I think my 80
somebody played 5 on it. You hear that? You hear that? That cha-ching?
That's
somebody
it.
Played 5 on it.
80 Empire. Ain't the 80 Empire guys from Canada?
They from Toronto. My brothers from another mother too, man. Yeah, they from Toronto. Lucas and Adrian, man. Lucas is a producer. His brother Adrian, man, is on the vocals. And it was just us three. And we did our thing on that album. That shit dropped last summer. Yep, it dropped last summer, man. And I think that's probably could be, besides the Underestimated one, I think that could be like my favorite one right now.
Oh wow, okay. I'm gonna have to give that another spin now too, because I'm particular on like who I listen to, because if it's somebody I never heard of, I'll give it a shot. But at the same time, I'm standoffish too, because I don't know if I'll like this or not. So I've never checked it out. But Grey Blood, man, I just like, there's something about that just draws me back to Forest Fires. It's just like something about that project just doesn't get old to me. It's like when you grow up with something like that, it's like going back to that, it's like, yeah, it's like when your parents listen to old rock music, it's like you always used to wonder why. It's like, why are you listening to this? Like, I don't get it. Now that I get older, I find myself doing that. It's like, yeah, these were the days. I'm still young, but those were the high school days.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I appreciate that, man. I find myself like, the artists that inspired me when I was young. It's such a nostalgia going back to listen to them. Now I'm old because you catch things that you ain't catch when you was younger.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Same with watching movies that you grew up with. You watching them on a whole nother light now that you're older, and it just brings the nostalgia to listen to it, understanding everything now that you couldn't get a chance to understand. You know what I'm saying?
So as for you, Raz, now too, you got a lot of, and you can say one of your unreleased albums now too if you want, like Van Gogh, fuck those record labels. But do you have a particular favorite album that
with that being said, I would say probably for titles, the last little, it's not really a mixtape. I don't know what to call it. It's just I do these little conceptual things. I released a couple like right before COVID. Project called, it was just strictly, I call it a vinyl playlist. That's what I called it. It's called I Ain't Clearing Shit.
Oh, so, yeah, I remember that title. Yes, sir.
I like that record because it gives me ability, because I want it just to be vinyl playlists. But I think what my favorite project, probably just because I knew the potential and what was supposed to happen and what was going to happen, is Golden Child. I had pulled together the consummate lyricist. I had put together the consummate successful lyricist album that New York couldn't deny. We did it. And it just got drowned in the womb and shit. Like they strangled it. But the album was Like we had the Kanye record, I had the Premier record, I had the
Dre record, the Bust record.
I had the Dre record with Busta. Like we had the Undeniable. Like actually, bullshit you not. I went to prison, and Paul Rosenberg would actually take the time to write me, and literally would write and say, "Man, I'm still playing this Golden Child record." Like this record was crazy. I had the record where it would have sold the record, it would have sold units, and New York would. And all lyricists would have been able to say, "God damn, this nigga bodied this record," and it was still a West Coast record. I had the Dre records, I had the Battle Cat records. I balanced it to create the total West Coast lyricist album, like the blueprint. I blueprinted, and
and excuse my ignorance, bro. That's the one with the seance on it, right? Wasn't it?
Exactly, with the seance.
Woo!
Had the nine on it.
Yeah.
Him actually reset his part, seance to seance, because that was where it was taken. We had put it together. And then Denon did another one. He did the seance, and Denon did something else on there. Now we had a crazy record. That record was like literally everybody that heard it was like, from the docs to the premieres to the non, like, yo, this shit is fucking the high tech record. We had the record. We had the
early 2000s with those high Battle Cat, high tech, man. Was it when the Alchemist song came out too?
No, I took that record off and because the Alchemist record came out on on the other album that didn't come out. So
Bad Go. Yeah.
And then we took the intro because Jada's record came out. I didn't do Legal Action, so that. Because basically, I could have just done Legal Action with Capitol Records, and then it would have shelved this whole album. I didn't want to do that because I like Jada. I'm a fan. And so even though Al did some punk shit, I let it ride. But what we did was we used the intro because we paid for it and we could legally, period. And then we cut into a different song. And the song was done by DJ Khalil, and the song was Kiss You. So we used the Beatles sample. Close your eyes and I'll kiss you. Tomorrow I'll miss you. So it's called Kiss of Death. It's called Kiss You. Yeah, we had a body record. My shit was crazy. Yeah, I had to. So it started and did that. The Alchemist shit didn't cut off. Said, fuck that beat, you groupie. And then it went into a Beatles sample. Shit was crazy.
Wow, I never would have suspected Golden Child now. And like, would you ever consider because everyone's vinyl's coming back and people would you ever re-release that on vinyl?
I'm gonna definitely we just now hitting the 25 mark of my first thing, and what I don't want to do is oversaturate the market.
Yeah.
So there's a time and place for everything. I literally just found the album that I made when I took my master's from Capitol, the one I recorded. So not the Golden Child. I had an album called Catch Me If You Can when I was on the run, and we lost those masters, and I just found that album. So that was 2001 or 2. So what's crazy is I'm going to release that next year, and that'll be its 20th anniversary of the Lost album of Ras Kass. And I'm just going to, I'm probably just let the world have it, just because we never, it's a CD. It wasn't like the masters of it, but it's going to be interesting to just let the world hear where my brain was 20 years ago when I'm fighting with a fucking $1 billion company for my life.
Yeah. They didn't see the vision at the time. I bet you this is the thing that I always found funny now too. I remember when you had your problems with Game, and Game was on top of the world, and then years later to now, I always see on his Instagram, it looks like he's kind of struggling because I always see in his page DM for promo. So I always wanted to ask, have you ever settled it with him? Because I know him and Yuck settled it, but have you and Game ever just settled your shit?
I don't talk about my personal life like that on these things.
Oh, at least you're honest. That's what all right.
Yeah, it's all good. I talk about shit I like and not shit that's weenie.
All right.
So let's talk about the good music that we got.
This is not TV, baby.
Right.
That's why I like the honesty right here. That's why, because I remember the very first time I ever interviewed this man right here, I asked him like the most sensitive question. You know what he said, everyone? Figure it out. I asked him, I'm like, yo, do you have any words for somebody in a dark place? He's like, figure it out. So I was like, all right, I'll try to fuck with you. You're real. All right. No bullshit. But when you go back and listen to it, it's funny as fuck because it's like, wow, you don't beating around the bush. And that's what I like. So as for you, don't worry about, I ain't forget about you. But for Yuck, what is your favorite solo album? Now you could consider your double album, even though I consider like a group album because there's a ton of Regime features on there. But we can count that as a solo album because I have your name on it.
Right. I say Godzilla or JJ based on a real story, the whole series, 1, 2, and 3.
Godzilla, eh? I always thought that album was very unappreciated because it debuted at 113 on the chart, but I always thought like that album was like a really good album follow up to Thug Lords now too, because I figured like Thug Lords was like more of you showcasing you as a solo artist at the time coming into Thugged Out. Like you had the Regime all over it, the Outlaws, and was that the first album that you gave Tech 9 like a big look on?
Nah, the first album was the Loonies, Lunatic Music, where we made the song Killers on the Payroll. That's the first song we ever did with Tech 9. And then I did Killers on the Payroll 2 on the Albulation. Or no, I did that on, I think, the New Testament. But we had Tech 9 on Bumble. We had him on the one with MC Ren.
Stallion. Oh, God,
Stallion,
yeah.
Right, Stallion. So that was the two. I think I had them on that, the Bombay on the Stallion. Then we did Killers on the Payroll Part 2, I think, on the New Testament. So yeah, we was rocking with Tech 9 since '96.
And you see where he's at.
Way before I got to rap a lot.
And like, see, like that's what I like about like believing in somebody before like they really take off now. Because when you look at Tech 9 now, the guy got like 2 a bus, like just filled with merch and it'll be gone. So from you, like being like a young man creating the Loonies, becoming a drug dealer to becoming actually a full-time rapper and changing your life forever, did you always know? Oh, okay, we just laughed.
No, I got
Did you always vision that you would still have the hunger that you did all those years ago from the first time you recorded? I Got 5 on it in '93. I think you recorded it.
Mm-hmm. Just to be able to have a lane and make music and to be able to get paid off something that was considered a hobby, you know what I mean? It's a blessing, period. So I take full advantage. I'd rather be doing this shit than working anywhere, man. I'm self-employed, you know, and it's a vibe. Like when you got that vibe, you wake up with songs in you, you know, shit is in your mind all day. All you got to do is just write it down or say it. So when you got that vibe, that spiritual attachment, you know what I mean, to where the music is in you, not on you, you got to, you know, spit it out. So it's been in me, you know what I mean? I just spit it out, you know what I mean? I feel like I'm way more advanced from '93 right now. You just get better and better each album, you know what I mean? Period. You just get better and better. You sharpen up your skills. So just me trying to perfect my shit and get better, that's the drive, you know what I mean? Period. It's like a martial artist that used to be a white belt. He's trying to get to the black belt and with all the stripes on the belt, you know what I mean? So you become a black belt, but you still need them extra stripes to be an elite black belt. So that's all I'm trying to do, is just be an elite black belt in my craft, you know what I mean? As far as mastering my shit, you know? So that keeps the hunger going. I'm trying to always outdo myself, you know?
It seemed that like with JJ based on a real story now that you were really trying to do that. Because when I listen to that trilogy now too, like I can't pick a favorite between the 3. Like the first would become the first one with Jazzy Jeff. Then it could be the third one. I just like, I mean, the third one of Jazzy Jeff and then the first one. But I could see why you like that one, because like, did you record all 3 at once, or did you just like kind of do the second one and the third one after the first one?
The first 2 at once, and then I did the third one. You know what I mean? Because the third one was actually supposed to be like extra songs that I was gonna add, and I guess I couldn't add more songs, you know what I mean, to the shit, like a Christmas drop or something. So I just fucking finished it up as an album and then dropped it. So yeah, the first 2 was already done, and I wanted to do a double album, another, you know what I mean, like the Albulation, you know what I mean? That was the whole approach. This was gonna be Thugged Out Part 2. And I was like, nah, I can't, you know what I mean? Let that be what it is. And instead of releasing all that music at one time, let me separate them. So I separated the 2 albums to JJ Based on the Bill Story 1 and 2. You know what I mean? Just dropped them months after each other. You know, then the third one, boom, got my brothers on it, dropped that bitch. You know what I mean? So everybody wanted number 4. But yeah, that was originally supposed to be a double album, and I just separated it.
Yeah, because like now people call it a double album, 20 songs. It's like, oh, you go back and listen to Thugged Out, I bet you don't lose their mind about how much songs is on that.
Yeah, I come from doing like a fucking at least a 20-piece, 22, something like that per album. You know what I mean? So on JJ, I was up to like damn near 40 songs. You know what I mean? 30-some songs. I'm like, I gotta separate this shit. Period. And it's a double, but we can't put it out at the same time. Music depreciates so fast. People that they fucking attention span is so slow. So I just rather drop it back to back and keep shit fresh, you know?
Right.
And as for you, Merk, what is your favorite solo album? Now it could be from the G Focus era too.
Hey man, probably the one that came out this year, the Rise of Sox Heisenberg, because I got to a few dreams came true on that one. I went bar for bar with King Crooked. You know what I'm saying? That was always a dream. You dig what I'm saying? I always wanted to shoot a video in the Detroit, Coney Island. So I shot one with my guy, SWIFTY MCVAY. You know what I'm saying? And then the opening track with one of my favorite artists, Speech. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it really, like, as far as like developing myself as an artist, I felt like that was the album that allowed me the opportunity to really start saying shit that I want to say. You know what I'm saying? In this particular brand, completely produced by my guy, Clint Taylor. Shout out to Clint Taylor. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like I found myself creatively in that album. I got albums where every song is an R&B song. I got, you heard my shit. You know what I mean? Like I got my music be all over the place. But that particular album,
Kendrick Cole and Drake. Sorry, it's had to say that.
And that particular album, I just feel like it just really and shout out to King Crook too, man. I don't bring him up enough. He showed me a lot of love. You dig what I'm saying? He didn't have to either. You know what I mean? I did a lot of music with him, his brothers. I've been on a couple of his albums. You know what I'm saying? He take music for me all of the time, man. He carried me to Royce. You know what I'm saying? Like he did a lot of shit that he didn't have to do either too, man. So shout out to King Crook.
That's how I found you. If it wasn't for that, I probably would have been mad. I probably would have been finding you like now. It's like, yo, who is Mark Sarks?
Yeah.
So like, so I don't know if Raz, Swift, or Yuck ever heard this album by Mark, but it's called Titled by Me. You all should go listen to that. Yo, I love that album by Mark.
I gotta check it out.
That's before he went as MRK Sucks. He went by D-Focus. So yeah, sorry, Mark. I gotta say it how it is.
It's all good, bro. It's all good, man. I'm glad you like something, man. I'll take it.
Oh, you know, I like most of your stuff. So
it's all good. So, it's all good. Messing with you, bro.
I won't hold you guys up because I understand everyone's time is sacred now, too. I just have a couple more questions now. When you guys are coming into this project now, too, because I noticed that you guys did a release party for that now, too. So you guys are really treating this like as a, because like, you know how most people that come together for an album and they just throw it out there, no promotion, no like album release and stuff like that. What made you guys want to push this instead of just like throw it out?
Oh no, I just thought that this is a superior project, man. I just think we live in a highly competitive world. Everybody's competing for your attention, and unfortunately, if you don't try to bring awareness, a lot of amazing things get overlooked. And I equate any songs into like kids. The same way Swifty was saying, like, it's like trying to pick your favorite child, but it's even more than that because every song is a child. It's not an album. It's all these experiences, time, energy, resources, artwork, mixing, mastering. So-and-so played the guitar on it. So-and-so asked me to come all the way over from LA to fucking spend my time and energy to write on it. So all that shit means something. And then, we live in a world where motherfuckers act like that ain't worth even looking at it on YouTube. It's a slap in the fucking face. And so we got to fight for that to remind them this is a lot of fucking people coming together to do something amazing, and we have to fight for it. And so that's why I think I'll speak for self. That's why I want to push the awareness on this record, because if we don't, odds are it doesn't just happen because it just randomly goes viral. Nobody randomly goes viral anymore. You got to be, super stupid. Normally is how you go viral. So we got to take the time to say, hey, man, this is worthwhile. And with that being said, that's how you create nostalgia. You got to bring people to a place where they experience something and they associate it with a record now, because they're audio visually stimulated. They don't just listen to good music and say, that's a good song. They need extra shit to get them to even understand that this is incredible music, but that a lot of people took the time to give their energy towards.
Do you think like the rise of Griselda got people paying attention more to the actual lyrics and the beat?
Possibly.
I think it's a combination of both, like them, but also like I always say, man, Big Daddy Kane and KRS-One and the Locks and they opened the floodgates. Like everybody want to hear bars right now. Like literally, I'm talking about little fans. Like Griselda has a real hardcore hip hop fan base. And you know what I mean, gangster fan base. But I'm talking about them little kids that never seen Jay to get down like that never seen
like Who Shot Your freestyle. They thought
ever in their life. Like they want bars now. Everybody ain't, you know what I mean? They want fucking bars. So it just opened the floodgates for us to do what we doing right now. Period. Everybody want to hear some fucking lyrics, and we dope lyricists, nigga. Period. Straight up, all of us.
Word.
Brother.
Now, I got one more question for y'all each, and then we're end this now. Mark's will be different because he's a man of mystery, man. I just heard the other day he used to work with Young Thug, and I was like, whoa, like this guy, like he's full of surprise. I don't listen to Young Thug, but I know how big he is in the industry. So when we get into this now, too, can we get a crazy tour story from each of you? Like just like a fucked up tour story like that, like you guys never shared before. Like it could be like something that like how Ras Kass, you remember when Al Gadwin did the Gay Macaulay Culkin show? Like something like that.
I can't think of that because I'm getting in trouble.
Like when you talk about these tour stories, you are putting somebody's business on blast, literally. So you don't want to, you know what I mean, rub somebody wrong way. You know what I mean? So I decline on that one. You know what I mean? Because I got so many industry dudes that done fucked up. You know what I mean? And it go bad. It could turn back to YUKMOUTH beefing with somebody. So we don't need that, man.
I got a tour story, man. It's not a story, but it's like an incident that happened on tour, man. We had an after party in Amsterdam, and Proof was supposed to perform on stage, and he wanted me to perform on stage with him that night. And it was super packed in this motherfucking place, man. So it was so packed to where we on a balcony of the place, and it would have literally took us several minutes to get on stage, walking past people to get on stage, and Proof wasn't going to be able to make it on stage on time. It was time for him to get on, and he wasn't going to make it. So we up on this high-ass balcony, and we see this big-ass, thick-ass cathedral pole. It looked like one of the motherfucking poles in Italy, big round cement block pole and shit. So Proof was like, yo, man, I ain't gonna make it on stage, man. I'm on this motherfucking balcony, I'm gonna be late. So he was like, fuck it. Nigga, he jumped off the motherfucking balcony and grabbed this motherfucking pole, the whole body hold this motherfucking pole and shit, nigga. I was scared as fuck because he was about to fall flat on that motherfucking face or back. And he would have had to go to the hospital with his bones broke.
Wow.
Flat. Fucking right. So I was like, Pete, what the fuck you doing, man? What the fuck you doing? I said, man, fuck it. I jumped off the pole too and grabbed that motherfucker son. So both of us on the pole like this. Sliding down this motherfucking pole like.
What the fuck?
The crowd looked up at us and the motherfucking spotlight was like, oh! So that was our intro to the stage.
Damn.
Motherfucking pole. Nigga, my arms and thighs, nigga, was on fire.
I bet, nigga, the rug burn was extreme, nigga.
Dog, my thighs and arms is on fire coming out of that motherfucking nigga. I ain't never held on to nothing that tight in my motherfucking life, dog. But you know that licking weed out there in Amsterdam, dog.
Oh yeah.
Shit. We could have killed that motherfucker self trying to get on stage for the people. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I just wanted to throw that out there, man. But it's like a blur, man. We done went on so many tours, man. Stories is like a motherfucking blur, man. You know.
You were living at the moment at the time, I understand.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, and I had this thing where I always thought looking out for P, because P, man, he lived his life to the fullest, man. So whenever he did it, motherfuckers was around him like, yo, all right, fuck it. I was the one who stood behind to try to make sure he didn't go overboard and shit. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because he lived his life to the motherfucking fullest. So, but my stupid ass jumped on that motherfucking pole with him, nigga. We would have been.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Oh, y'all niggas was on some MacGyver shit, man. The show must go on.
Okay, so I might have worded it wrong for you, Yuck. So, like, what's like the craziest like tour set that you ever did? Like, did you have like a Ferris wheel or like a full-on like building like a house like in the stage? Like, what's something like that you got to do in your career?
I got a tour story that's fucking crazy.
My bad, y'all. I'm sorry. I gotta get out of here, man. I just want to say one love to all y'all, man.
All right, well, yo, salute, Raz.
Salute you, Razzie.
Have some J-Mo for me.
Man, be safe on that travel. Peace.
Now, I just got one real quick. It wasn't a bad thing, you know what I mean? But it fucked my mind up because I didn't know what was going on. So we got the show with Tech 9, and it's a Juggalo event. So you know the Juggalos. I ain't never performed at a Juggalo event.
Those guys are crazy.
Oh, them shits is crazy. So we get on stage and they throwing shit.
Oh, yo,
they don't like us, man. They throwing shit.
That's how they get down.
They threw a big ass two-lead on stage, and that motherfucker stayed open. Like, I mean, it didn't bust. So we grabbed that motherfucker, threw it back, and hit a nigga in the head. Blah! They grabbed it thinking that somebody in the back threw it at them. They threw it at somebody in the back. That motherfucker was frisbeeing all across the crowd, hit motherfuckers in the head. So I'm like, damn, they don't like us, right? So we do 5 on this shit. We leave. They like, they going crazy. I'm like, that was weird. And then Tech get on stage. They throwing shit at Tech. I'm like, oh, that's how they get down. They just throw shit on stage. I didn't know. I think somebody throw something at you on stage, you think, nigga, boo, they don't like you. Yeah. Man, this is what they do. They throwing 2 liters, all types of heavy shit bottles that can fuck you up. Taking them guys in this shit. They doing 8 moves, him and Chris Calico. I'm like, so everybody get this shit. I just thought they were throwing shit at us. But them Juggalos, man, I didn't understand that shit. I was ready to go in the crowd and fuck somebody up.
Oh, yeah. I bet. I forgot that's how the Juggalos get down. I straight up forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah, Swifty, didn't you do a Juggalo event in Calgary with D12 before?
Probably. Yeah. And we actually went on the road with Tech 9 and Chris Calico. Yeah. So we went on the road with them a couple times. So yeah, I'm sure we did.
All right. Now
this was a full Juggalo fair. Like motherfuckers and flew all around the world to do this shit. It was like everybody flew in. Everybody looking like the Raiders, the black hole with all the shoulder spikes and shit on, the big shits, painted faces. Kiss, nigga got the Kiss boots on. It was crazy, nigga.
It's a festival they do every year. I don't even know the name for it, but I know they do it every year. That's huge in Calgary now too, where I'm from. But now
we performed at that.
But for Moke now too, listening back to all the interviews, I never got a Japan story. I've never got some of that legendary story that you shared on other platforms. So I was just wondering, I was like, could you give us like a story of like how you were working with like Young Thug, or I have written down somebody else you were working with that blew my mind. Oh, actually, can you tell us how your studio session went with Ludacris?
Oh man, I was there with KO, playing some beats for the album that he remember that song he had, How Low Can You Go?
Oh, that was off of Theater of the Mind. No, Battle of the Sexes.
That was the first song he recorded for that album. We was there like right at the beginning. Like, nah, he was cool. Like it really wasn't anything to tell. You know what I'm saying? We went in that place and beats. He picked a few and that was it. But I got one story.
All right.
In Japan, I told you I used to have a label and I had a Japanese artist signed to me. And we was literally driving through North Japan, going to different venues and whatever. And what I didn't know was is how in America we just got regular hotels and shit. You go to a hotel, you go to your room, or you share a room or whatever. But over there, when you driving through the countryside, there are no hotels. They got these things called onsens, hot springs and shit like that, right? And so and so when you and you can book them during the day just for a few hours. Like you don't even have, I hear you know what I'm saying, check-in is at 3, you out by 11. Nah, you could go to these places and just pay to be there for 4 or 5 hours. And what they are is just open spaces. They just open spaces. So you pay to get in, and it's a big open room, and this motherfucker's just laid out on the floor. You know what I'm saying? But that ain't the funny part. The funny part is ain't no showers. All it is an open bath, right? All it is the open hot spring. So me and my 2 homies, you know what I'm saying? We walk out there and shit. We had to get ass naked, like together, and get in this it was the only way you could. It was the only way you could clean up. Like that.
TMI, my nigga. TMI.
Like, bro, I had no idea. I'm like, yo, man, I'm like, yo, bro, I need to take a shower. He was like, shower, you know what I mean? Out there. It's on water smoke.
I would have been on some street hustling shit. When we used to hustle, we used to wear the same clothes for 3 days in a row, my nigga. I would have been on that like, fuck it, man.
Nah, bro, and it was like water smoking and shit. And it's like, yo, man, we all, and then it's like, the nigga in me is like, yo, man, I'm about to keep my drawers on when I take my clothes off and shit. But what the fuck am I gonna do with some wet ass drawers? What am I doing with some wet ass drawers in the middle of nowhere, bro? You know what I'm saying? So niggas had to disrobe, bro. You know what I'm saying? To sit in the water across the homie, man, ass naked. You know what I'm saying? Just have it.
It sounds like y'all niggas went to jail for 4 hours. Niggas is laid out. That's like, nigga, that's motherfucking county jail, my nigga.
It's the dog.
County jail, my nigga, literally. Niggas all laid out on the floor. And you only got
just
one
laid out on the tatami mat, bro. Laid out.
County jail, nigga.
So pick up a little pillow, man. Find your space on the tatami mat, my nigga. It just, you know what I'm saying? And go to sleep, bro. That's all I got.
That's not like Joe. All right, was not expecting that, but I'll take it. All right. So
that's a wild one.
Like I said, I appreciate y'all coming together for this. Y'all have an incredible body of work, and I really wish that you guys will continue to do something like this with the 4 of you guys together, because I like when well-known veterans and a well-known upcoming artists get together and like give somebody like Merk like a shine, because like everybody would know YUKMOUTH, SWIFTY MCVAY, or Ras Kass, but I wonder how much people when they heard this project like, who is Merk Sark? So over time they will get to know who he is. So with that being said, I want to have y'all back sololy. We can build, smoke, build a shit, and have plenty of laughs. But until then though, do you guys have any last words before I let y'all go?
Yeah, go to lslmusic.com to cop all the merch, man. You know what I'm saying? Yuck got on the piece right now. You know what I'm saying? Here's the jacket right here, the hat. And on the back, man, lslmusic.com. Go stream the album. Long Story Longer presents Ras Kass, YUKMOUTH, SWIFTY MCVAY, and MRK SX, man.
What he said.
And what he said. You know what I'm saying?
Straight up.
And then also don't forget, well, I'll shout you guys out too. Don't forget, subscribe to my guy YUKMOUTH TV, the Yuck Letterman. And then don't forget SWIFTY MCVAY, Detroit Lifestyles clothing brand. Make sure y'all support my guys. And y'all be safe out there. And like I said, I appreciate y'all for doing this. Y'all stay safe, and congrats on the album, gents.
Thank you, boss, man.
Thank you, homie.
And brothers, y'all stay safe out there, man. I'll holler at y'all. And, you know, we go ahead and connect again.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm going to send y'all the track after I get done with it tonight, man.
I can't wait.
To follow, my nigga, but watch this.
I can't wait. My God.